Good everyone. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Welcome to another episode of New Zealand Salesforce podcast. Today I have with me very special guest, Bill Wu, who will be talking with us about his experience on B2B Solution Architect Certification. First of all, well done for clearing the certification, Bill.
Thanks for
How do you
having me.
feel? Was it really a difficult certification, or how do you feel?
Yeah, it's a very interesting one. Probably the most interesting one I have done. It's very wordy. Most of the questions are many lines. So if you are not a native speaker like me, according to the people who did that before, you can open a case with Salesforce to get some extra time. But I managed to finish just in time. So depending on how fast you can read, you can have a go.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. All right, that's fantastic. So coming to the main topic, right? What is a B2B solution architect? Well, when you say to someone, right, let's say I don't know anything about it, for instance. So what is the role of a B2B solution architect?
Yeah, so from the certification perspective, I think they are aiming for people who actually do the high-level design and give some guidance to the business and the actual development team about the direction of the B2B projects. And most of the cases, there are multiple cloud included, such as B2B commerce, sales, and most likely Experience Cloud, because the shop is actually built on that as well. So the solution architect, in my opinion, is more high level instead of actual implementation.
Right. That's right. Cool. Thank you very much for that. And I did hear that the certification is a bit on the harder side. That's why they kind of put the low passing score, like 58%. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's the lowest score I have seen in all the certifications I have done.
Oh yeah, that seems like it must be really very hard. Otherwise, Salesforce usually don't drop the passing score. That's cool.
Yeah.
So when you talk about the certification, right? So how long did you took to prepare for this one?
I didn't really count, but I did finish the trail mix on the trailhead. The guiding time on that one is 60 hours, but I have done a lot of badges included in that mix, so I didn't really spend that much time. And right before the exam, I spent 1 or 2 hours every day for maybe 3 days, just review the whole exam guideline and check those concepts mentioned in this exam. So that's pretty much it.
Oh yeah, the reason why I asked, right, if someone wants to, start preparing for it, so they can probably get an idea, right? Let's say, 4 months or 6 months, so they can sit on it.
Yeah. It's really depending on your current experience and knowledge with Salesforce.
Right.
So if you are a relatively new person, you may spend maybe a couple of months to fully prepare. But if you are already experienced in most of these areas, it's just a quick review of the exam guide and maybe the trail mix. The trail mix is, I personally always do the trail mix for each certification before I take the exam. So yeah, that's my recommendation.
That's cool. That's pretty cool. And I believe there's a prerequisite for this exam, right? I mean, like, for instance, if I'm new to Salesforce, I can't go and take this directly, right?
Yes, you need the application architect certification, which is combined by 4 other certifications.
Right.
The platform app builder. Platform developer 1, data model designer, and access designer, sharing and visibility designer. Sorry.
Yeah, That's right. So, by the time someone finishes, application architect, they will have enough knowledge, right, on the platform side, so they can go and, see if they wanted to really aspire to be a B2B solution architect, right? And I believe this is
Yes.
a great way to learn it. That's cool.
And it's a
So,
really new certificate. I think
oh
it's
yeah,
probably 3-4 months old.
oh, that's great. That's great.
So
And well done for taking it.
yeah, the old path is once you finish the application architect side, you probably just move to the system architect side. But now you can actually level up just with your current already gained knowledge without exploring too much on the other side of the pyramid of technical architects.
Right, right. So, so I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, this certification is very good for, say, for instance, a functional architect, right? Who
Yes.
really don't want to do more programming or more in-depth other tech side of things, so they can aspire this route, right?
Yes.
Ah, that's cool. So, from a New Zealand perspective, right, since we're talking from a New Zealand market, do you see is there any kind of a demand for a B2B solution architect, or from your work experience, is there any growing kind of demand to say, oh, we need this person who can, come and have a look at this kind of thing?
To be honest, for the moment, I don't see too much demand
Right.
yet. But I personally think there will be a lot of high demand because Salesforce itself is heavily marketing this commerce cloud, and that includes the B2B and B2C. But between these two, B2B is built on the core platform. B2C is actually similar to Marketing Cloud. It's on a different platform. So it's easier to learn B2B, in my opinion, because
Right.
everything you know on Salesforce in Sales Cloud, Service Cloud can be leveraged here.
Right.
So, and I think the market is very huge according to Salesforce. So everyone wants online business since COVID because
Yeah.
you get locked down, you can't go to the physical shop. So the online shop is kind of go-to direction for all kinds of business. And that's where the demands can happen. And in New Zealand, it's relatively new, but I personally think there will be high demand for this product and the professionals who have knowledge and experience on this area.
Right. That's cool. I mean, it will be good, right? If the grocery shops they start implementing Salesforce.
Yeah, that will be cool, but the cost is another factor for the small business.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Salesforce looks cool from the distance, but yeah, there is a cost associated with it, right? I do agree. Just another question, right? I should have asked you this in the beginning. So, how many years of Salesforce experience in general you have, if you don't mind me asking?
I actually started my journey in 2019, so
Oh, yeah.
2 years, a little
Nice.
2 years and a half, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed, man. You just smashed the architect certification. I'm a bit behind in certification.
No, it's because I have a very good reason to get so many certifications because I have not enough experience in
Oh, yeah.
years. So most people, they have maybe 5 years or even 10 years experience. So I want to justify my skill and knowledge. I can't actually increase my years of
Yeah.
experience. That's a thing I can't change. So I just learn and prepare those certifications. So to show my knowledge.
Yeah, actually, I actually like that approach, to be honest, right? Because when you prepare for certification, you get to learn the platform better. Because I do understand that experience plays a major role. But that being said, right, like if you're working on a Salesforce project, not necessarily will get a chance to know every aspect of it. And then
Exactly.
the Salesforce brings the change every twice a year, in the form of maintenance. So that's pretty cool. Now, I just wanted to drill a little bit more on the certification. So I do notice that they talk a lot about the data governance side of things and integration. Do they expect you to know, like integration patterns or for the certification, or no?
Not really that much. They do touch topics like data governance and integration.
Right.
So it's mainly check the flow of data. So how do you handle? So they actually have different scenarios. So for example, if you have a shop and you have some on-premise or legacy system like ERP, then how the data actually flow among these different systems, and how would you choose the products you need to optimize this process, stuff like that. So it's all high-level thing. It's not really ask you how you want to build that integration, what Apex class you will use. No, they won't ask that detail.
That's right. What I personally feel, this certification will be very handy for someone like solution engineer or a pre-sale architect.
Yes,
because
I think that's a targeted audience as well. Yeah,
because it will be very handy, right, when they talk to customer. If the customer will say, okay, can you explain me the data synchronization across a multiple cloud B2B solution? So if they have an idea about how it works, right, so then they can probably give an idea about it. That's pretty cool. And do they test you on Einstein any chance, or do they expect you to know a little bit of Einstein?
I don't think so. I don't think I can actually talk the actual questions, but Einstein, personally, I think it's a very cool product.
Right.
The Einstein is a big topic as well itself. So it's not really a major topic in this exam.
Oh yeah, okay, all right, okay, cool. Because I just I've just seen that they expected a little bit of Einstein, and so you're right. Einstein
all you need to know is the concept, the product. There are, because Salesforce now has, I don't know, 20-ish products. So you can need to know at least the names and the basic features of each product. Especially in the B2B area, the Revenue Cloud, Experience Cloud, Sales Cloud, a little bit marketing or Pardot, etc.
Right. And a bit of MuleSoft as well, right? I believe.
Yeah, MuleSoft, Tableau, those ones are really high-level thing, because when you have multiple systems, you need integration. Then in that case, you may need a ESB, which can be MuleSoft or other solutions as well. So,
that's cool. I mean, to me, it seems like the certification. Although it seems easy, but it's you need to know a lot of things, right? Like you said, Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud, Pardot, Revenue Cloud, a little bit of Einstein, Experience Cloud you mentioned at the beginning, right? MuleSoft, and B2B Commerce. Well, right. I don't think so. I can go and take the certification tomorrow.
And another side of this exam is actually focus on the project life cycle. So you need to know how to handle the change, because change management is a big thing in any project. So the methodology of Agile. So common practices. How to do the Scrum or Kanban, stuff like that. That's helpful knowledge for this exam as well.
It's good. It's good you mentioned that, though, right? Because the project methodology, because it's kind of a, I personally, I've been a developer for many years in my past life. I mean, even still, I do at times. I've seen mostly development house, right? They're pretty comfortable with agile, but when you go to consulting house, right? Like if they are not used to the Salesforce consulting, they are pretty much, how do I say, very conservative. They want the waterfall model. All right, this is the planning stage, this is the the building stage, this is the configuration stage. But now I've seen it shift in the trend where people are more comfortable with the agile way of doing things, and because I probably believe that they've seen the benefit of going that route.
Yeah, I think agile is really a good idea. It's kind of mindset. It's a guidance, not really a black white textbook to follow.
Yeah,
it's just build a small thing and get feedback. Then because you can actually have something to show to the business, they can actually try it out and get real feeling instead of just listening. Oh, this technology can behave like blah blah blah, but they can't really understand it without seeing the actual thing. I think a good thing for Salesforce is it's relatively easy to build some POC.
Yeah.
So you can easily build some flow with the basic function in a couple of hours to show how that interface will be.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's definitely better for someone who's using an Excel sheet, right? They can pretty much go to the Salesforce and see the power of it. Even though, I mean, I do understand that Salesforce can be expensive, but if you look at different version licensing model, right, you can always go for the Salesforce for small business, which is relatively cut down version. That's I believe Salesforce want to infiltrate pretty much every sectors in the world.
Yeah, exactly. I think they are focusing on small business right here in New Zealand in the last few years, trying to get more clients in that section. Because globally, Salesforce doesn't have many clients in the small business section. They focus on the larger enterprises. But if you see the percentage all over the world, small business is actually way more than the large enterprises. So it's a big market. And I think Salesforce is trying to expand in that area as well.
Yeah, that's pretty good thing what you mentioned, right? I think that's one of the reasons why Salesforce is coming up with the new certification. I believe that's a very clever idea. First of all, it will generate them a lot of money. A lot of people will be interested. And then get the businesses excited, right? Because you have trained professional ready to implement the stuff for you. So it's like a win-win scenario for the business owner as well as the people who wanted to implement. So in that perspective, yeah, I think it's a pretty good idea. So coming to my next question, what will be your next certification like? Are you planning for something else, or you think you're going to take a break and say, I'm done for now?
No, I haven't done yet. I probably will touch the Omni Studio.
The Omni Studio. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another hot topic as well. It's an add-on kind of. It's included in the Salesforce Industries, so you need pay extra for that product, but it's very cool. So I did a few badges on Trailhead about that topic already. So it's kind of using click and drop to generate LWC. So you don't need to write a line of code, but that Omni Studio creates the LWC for you.
Yeah,
I think the concept is really cool.
I actually like it. I mean, that's one of the things the Salesforce wants to do. They're gonna make developers unemployed. But in a way, I mean, I would say that that's a pretty good thing. I'm not saying from a developer perspective, but just generally, right? Anyone can come in and have a bit of understanding. Can drag and drop and do these things. But I don't know much about Omni Studio. I do hear that it's getting very popular. So I'm not sure if you need a separate license to practice or.
No, you can have a free developer org like other ones. That's cool. But that's a special link you can find in Trailhead to register one.
Oh, I'll be keen to see that. That's something I'll focus as a next year as a part of my platform training. So that's cool. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. So yeah, that's pretty much I wanted to ask, right? So I thought it's better to get on to my show just to know more about the certification. I was very curious about it, to be honest, right? And I really appreciate you shared a pretty good insight about the certification. I might try this one next year, right? So that's something I'll aim for it. You got
Yeah,
me excited, man. That's really good.
I think it's worth it to get those architect certifications
Yeah,
because it's really nice thing to show to your clients
yeah,
and boost your confidence as well.
that's right.
So
That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. Thank you very much all for your time. Really appreciate it. You have a great day, man.
you're welcome. Thank you for
Thanks.
having me.
All right. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.